Hey guys, this is the House of Timmerman podcast. This is Kate. This is Dennis, and we're back to you guys. It's Saturday. We're filming, and we're coming to talk to you guys. If you haven't seen us before, we are a husband-wife duo, and we are just sharing little tips and tricks and tidbits of information that come from us. Like we're living this life, and we feel like we maybe have an idea of a little bit of what we're doing and saying, and we're not professionals by any means, but we just want to share stuff that's worked for us and stuff that we're currently going through, and hope it's received by you guys, that you guys can use it in your own life. So if there is anything that you guys want to maybe know a little bit more of, let us know in the comments. If you have seen and watched us before, that's awesome. Thank you for joining us again.
Appreciate it.
Be sure to like, subscribe, keep up to date with our posts. We post every week, and today we're joining you. We're gonna bring some information about kind of like where to start.
If you want to make some changes, or maybe you've tried to make changes before and just nothing seemed to work.
Yeah.
You can't get any wins racked up. What do you do?
Well, the reason this topic kind of just was sparked in me, I brought this to you, and I read a post on Facebook. A really good friend posted and shared a little bit about their life, and it really just touched me to see them feel this way, like they were struggling, to see the anxiety that they were going through, the depression, the hard times that they were going through. And it really just touched me because it's something that's kind of close to my heart, stuff that I've gone through by myself, and just kind of coming through to the other side, many times having to constantly fight that battle. I just thought we could maybe share, tips and tricks on how to start that process when everything kind of just feels overwhelming,
maybe hopeless, like there's no way I could ever do this thing.
Yeah.
You can do this thing. First of all, don't think that you can. It's possible.
It is totally possible. I don't know how common or uncommon it is, but if you've had that feeling where it's hard to wake up in the morning and it's hard to get out of bed, and everything just feels overwhelming, just getting dressed and making yourself food and cleaning the house, like there's been times in my life where that's difficult to do, where taking care of yourself in that most simplest way is hard.
You can't even perform those basic functions, let alone like how do I go do a workout, or how do I eat healthy? Yeah. Or whatever. Yeah. I can't even microwave some damn Hot Pockets right now. Fuck it.
And it's to that point where, the simplest things are overwhelming, but just to get out of that feeling, just to get out of feeling like you've got a brick wall up against you on both sides, it's just taking those small little steps. What little things can you do now? Where, it's going to be really hard to get that load of dishes in the dishwasher or wash them. And just starting that process is hard when you're in that place. But the second that you get them done, you're going to feel way better. You're going to feel like you've got a little bit off of your shoulders, even though it's just the dishes.
Momentum.
Yeah, you have to take that tiny first step to get over that little bit of a hump there, to where you can keep and building that momentum. It's just taking that first step, put on a little bit of music, or light a candle. Like a little bit of music and lighting a candle, that kind of gets me out of that funk where I can start making those steps. Or look up recipes. If you're having a hard time, you want to eat healthy, you want to lose weight, but you don't know where to start, look up a recipe, like one recipe that seems interesting, and then find the ingredients and make that. It could be something super simple. Or, those little steps where you want to lose weight, but you don't know where to start. Well, start with something simple,
I think You know, if you're trying to make a change, you might think like weight loss is a really easy example because I can give you a nice, it's very measurable. So I want to lose 50 pounds, say. Somebody wants to lose 50 pounds and say they start doing a few things. They maybe just start making slightly better choices or just eat a little bit less. Whatever. I tell people just be more mindful, chew a little slower, eat a little slower, pay attention. Like just make one little small change. Say that leads to a 5-pound weight loss. That's a win. Like you just won. Like, so even though you didn't hit your 50 pounds, you hit a milestone. Like that's progress, So even if you're not getting 100% of your goal by your goal date, if you're making progress, if you're getting a little bit better consistently, that's a win. So like, say if you want to lose 50 pounds in 6 months and you end up losing 44 pounds in 6 months, you fucking lost 44 pounds. That's a win. That is not a loss by any stretch of the word. And I mean, that's just like a really basic example for simplicity's sake, but like anything you're trying to do, anything you're trying to improve at or get better at, like don't think about the end goal as your only win. Like think about all the little wins you can create up to that point.
Yeah.
And that's the way you get there is habits and consistency. That's how you get there. Doing the good things that you're supposed to do on a regular basis.
And then that just builds up a routine. And then getting out of that routine is going to feel even weird. We were having this conversation, I think it was just yesterday, where we're kind of talking about this topic and about habits and routine. And 2 years ago, working out was not in my routine. Like it was a struggle just to get myself to work out or to eat healthy, or to just do those simple things. And that week when I was sick and not being able to work out, it just completely, that routine was gone for that week, and it was hard to get out of that routine.
So like, yeah, to where like right now, if you're just getting started, you might feel like, man, it's so hard to work out. Like it's so hard. I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it. If you just do it anyways, which goes to one of our recent episodes, just do it.
Just do it.
If you just do it and you just get it done and you just keep doing that, even if like it, major league batters don't hit a home run every time. Those are the best baseball players in the world, and they don't fucking hit a home run every time. Every workout you do isn't going to be a home run. Every meal you eat isn't going to be a home run. But if you like give it your all and you just do your best, you're going to get progress. And like consistency. Do the things you need to do on a regular basis. Even if they're small, even if they don't seem like they matter, a whole bunch of little tiny things add up. And it adds up quick.
Yeah. And it's being here now, it's hard to see like people that I know, people who I love, people who are friends and family who are on that place where I specifically started. And it's hard seeing them there where they're afraid to make those next steps. And I just, I can't get it across enough where it can be so simple. It's truly it's going to be as simple or as hard as you make it. That mindset, it all goes together. It's the mindset, how hard or how easy do you want to make this? How difficult does this need to be? Because it doesn't need to be difficult. It doesn't need to be, you go and run a marathon and that's your workout, because I'm not going to run a marathon and count that as my workout. Like that's something you got to train for. There's no way I could do that. But at this moment in time, I mean, I'm not training for it. But it really doesn't have to be that hard. It could be going for a walk. It could be, looking up a simple YouTube workout and following that at home. Or it could be, just those little steps to get you that momentum. So all I'm wanting to get out there is that it doesn't have to be hard. You know, I understand and I relate very, very much so to feeling like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. But it's just every step's going to move you forward. Every tiny little inch you take in the right direction is going to add up, and you're going to have that mile, and you're going to look back in 6 months, 2 months, 2 weeks, a year, and you're going to be like, wow, I came from there. Mm-hmm. And it's such a trippy experience. Speaking from experience, to be able to do that. And that's really, I think, what we're trying to get across here is mm-hmm. that it just takes a little bit of an effort and consistency, and you'll get across and you'll make that change that you're wanting to make.
So I think we should leave you with this. We got to wrap this up here pretty quick. But I think what I think you guys should focus on right now, if you like really, really want to change, like the very first thing you have to do is accept where you are. You have to accept the reality of where you're at right now. Because the only way to find your goal is to find your starting point. And I think, you know, if you're, like, first of all, if, like, you're not living the life of your dreams, maybe you're living the life of your nightmares. At least you know what that looks like. I think if you want to reach, if you want to have a dream and a purpose and a vision, you should probably also have a good idea of what your nightmare is. And if you're already living that, then you know your starting point. You know what you need to work out of. And even if you're not living that, maybe you need to ask yourself, the question is, what's the worst possible alternative and what's the best possible alternative? And I'm kind of borrowing from Paul Chek when I'm talking about this. We'd have to go deeper to really like explain it. But the way he explains acceptance of your situation is basically the opposite of denial. So if you could accept reality, even if you're fucking up, accept that, own it, and that's how you make the changes. Because if you're not owning up to the bullshit you're doing, you're never going to make changes. You're not going to own up to those mistakes. You're not going to own up to those bad habits. You're not going to change them because you're not going to have any kind of motivation or even reason to change them. If you don't accept the fact that you're doing these unhealthy habits or thinking these unhealthy thoughts, there's no way to change them. There's no way to make progress out of that because you're already avoiding the situation. You're already denying the reality of the situation. You have to accept where you are. If you go watch my vlog, check that out right here. I talk even more about that. I go on some deep little rants on that. So you could do that. Sorry, I seen a segue there. Accept your reality. I think that's the number one thing you can do is accept where you're at and then look at what you want to do. And then look at the small things you could do, the small little changes, the small little habits that you could create to create the outcome, basically. Because, you know, that's what it is. You could set a goal to lose 50 pounds, but if you don't ever set any habits into place to actually achieve that goal, you're just going to be running that hamster wheel.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to quit smoking, but you keep stopping it, on the way to work to get a pack of smokes, you're never going to change that cycle. It's that habit that you've built up. If you want to stop drinking soda, don't walk down the fucking soda aisle when you go grocery shopping. I'm not looking at her because she buys soda. Like, I just kind of looked at you sideways right after I said that. I'm not trying to.
We don't have soda in the house.
Yeah, we don't do that shit. We know better. Anyways, do we need to say anything else? I gotta go out of here to go to work. So.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, accept where the fuck you're at.
and then take those little steps forward.
We're going to talk more about this next week. We're going to go deeper. Do you guys want to know more?
Ask. Put it in the comments, please.
Yeah, let us know.
We would love to help answer direct questions. That'd be cool.
Yeah. We just want to share as much insight and our own perspective that's going to help spark maybe a little bit of a change in you guys. We want to help, we're going through all this stuff ourselves, but like there's so many people that don't have time, energy, or even like an idea about some of the stuff that we're talking about. And it's not common knowledge. When you go to school, they don't teach you how to fucking learn. They teach you how to sit down, shut up, and be a good little worker. And we're not going to go into any. We're not going to go deep on that.
I feel like that could lead to a rant there.
We could go to a rant, but like, it's not common knowledge on how to like develop yourself.
Yeah.
It's not like stuff that people are really. It's not mainstream. I don't know why. It fucking should be. If you're watching this, share it. Make it mainstream. If you're getting stuff out of this, like share it with your friends. If you know somebody that needs to hear this stuff, share it with them. All you got to do is hit that little share button on the bottom of this video, and you can send it to anybody in the world. Whoa. I think I'm good.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Go check her out, House of Timmerman, on Instagram. Check me out, Dennis.Timmerman. You could check out, I've got a vlog. I've got, a handful of episodes up now on that. You can check out Kettle Bar Podcast. That's another podcast I do at Primal here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And just kind of talking about more health and fitness stuff. I got a couple other dudes that do it with me that pretty smart when it comes to working out and stuff like that. So we're trying to help spread more knowledge over there and just, trying to share as much as possible, trying to get some good info out to the world. So thank you. If you're watching this, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're going through this, all this work to try to make this stuff look good for you guys. Is we want to have you guys watch and listen in and get stuff out of this. So
yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.